Now it's time we should add some more validation on our form. So move back to my user registration.php. I'm gonna add here a new check and I'm gonna say else if my password and my confirm password are not equal, then you should show also the error in the session. Let's copy this one and paste it right after it. Now I'm going to change this message to be both password values must be same. Now saving this one out, refreshing the page, submit, all field must be filled out. And if I add some username to be Jazib, email to be jazibakram@gmail.com and password to be Akram and confirm password to be 5869, register, we are getting both password values must be same, this error. And also, as we are not receiving any kind of callback here, so I think it would be great in case if the user violate our validation, he should return to the user underscore registration.php file. Although it's not required here, but I think it would be a great programming practice if you add and make your code more solid. So in my first if condition, I'm going to redirect my user to the location with the same location of this user registration.php in case if he violate my validation. And after that we should add the exit, means you should not do any further processing after that. Now saving this one out, also let's copy it and paste it in our next code as well. Saving this one out, if I refresh the page, if I click on register, we are redirecting. You can see the effect on this one right here. So refreshing the page again, you have to focus on this refresh page button. If I click on this register, you can see we are getting the request back. So instead of adding the header every time, I think it would be great if we add a function that could redirect my user in case if he violate my term. So in my function.php file, before any function, the function of encryption, I'm going to add here a new function with the name of redirect to. So adding this new function, and this function will accept one parameter that our user going to enter. So I'm gonna call this one with the name of new location. Now in the parentheses of this function, let's copy this code from here, this code of header. Let's cut it from here and paste it inside our function. And now add this variable of new location and concatenate it here. So we made this redirect function. Now in my user registration file, right here, instead of adding this one, I'm gonna call my redirect function. And inside its parameter, I'm going to pass our next link. Now everything is good. So when the user violate our validation, this function of redirect to will be called, and this one is going to go in our function.php file and come to this new location, and this new location will be going to be equal with this user registration.php file, and then it's going to be exit. So in here we didn't add our function file, we didn't include it, so it's time we should include our functions.php file right here. Now saving this one out, refreshing the page, register, nothing has been changed. Now for third validation, I'm going to add here one more else if, and I'm gonna say if the length of our password is less than 4, then you should restrict my user. And how can I check my length? By using str length function on this password. So I said that if the length of my password is less than 4, then you should pass a message in my session and say the user to that your password should include at least 4 values. Now saving this one out, we also have to redirect my user back to my registration. So I'm gonna call this one here and also this function right here. Now if I refresh my page again and if I enter register, all fields must be filled out. So I'm gonna add some data here and I'm going to add 123 password, same password 123, it's less than 4. Click on this register button. Now we are getting this message, password should include at least 4 values. Now our basic validation has been completed. Now we need to define the else structure, means if we are not getting any problem with these validation, then you should apply something else. And in this else scope, we are going to add all the code that will gonna help us to add data in our database through this user registration form, and that we are going to do in our upcoming lectures.